Musa alayhi salam is now being slammed with starting point, the guilt, and then the shame. In boxing, how you have a jab and then it opens it up for a hook. So the jab was the guilt, and then the hook comes in with the shame for the knockout. That's what this is. And now what is Musa alayhi salam going to do in response? There's a lot that needs to be said here by Musa, because he's been railroaded. A normal person, when they're shamed like that and guilted, on top of that shamed like that for that dubious purpose, most people like that, they buckle and they collapse. I'm sorry I said anything. I'm sorry I opened my mouth. You're right. I am worthless. A person will start developing even more hatred for themselves. They can develop a feeling of worthlessness. What does Musa alayhi salam do? His answer is so remarkable. There are two things I keep saying, guilt and shame, guilt and shame. I want that drilled in your head. Look at what he does. He doesn't respond to the shaming at all. Like he didn't even say it. There is no response to the labeling of Musa. No, I'm not from the kafirin. I'm not into nothing. It's like it doesn't exist. Because shaming is not something acceptable in our religion. Guilt is healthy. Guilt is actually needed in the right dosage, in the right context. But shaming isn't. There's no place for it. Allah has honored all children of Adam, the worst people, the people that have committed zina, the people that have committed murders, the people that have done all this stuff, right? What does Allah say about them? Allah says, people who don't call on other gods besides Allah, people who don't kill anyone with innocent souls, people who don't commit adultery. These are the slaves of Allah that He loves. And then He says, and whoever does that is going to meet a grave penalty, and the punishment will be doubled for them. And they'll stay in that punishment humiliated. That's pretty shameful, isn't it? And that's in the next life. Shame is in the next life. Immediately He turns it and says, except those who repented and restored their faith and acted good afterwards. So somebody who had already committed murders and adultery and all of that, they've got a huge rap sheet of shirk and killing and all of it. And now they turned around towards Allah. What does Allah say? Allah will take all of their bad, turn it into good deeds. Allah is not shaming you. Allah is not bringing up your past to shame you. Allah is saying, you come to me and I will convert your bad into good. It's different from a judge who says, I will expunge your record. I will delete the file. It's not that. I will take your crimes and turn them into good deeds. The point of me sharing that with you is there's no room for shaming in our religion. There's no room for it. There's no room for labeling a person with a characteristic that sticks on them. There's no room for that. There were people who were the worst enemies of the Prophet ﷺ. We used to call them the munafiqun, the hypocrites in Medina. And the Muslims were not allowed to call them munafiq. We were not allowed to call somebody a hypocrite because it's something inside the heart. Because when you judge somebody's heart, you're judging their entire being. This is the one thing that represents the entire being. And this is the one thing no human being can see. So I can't judge I can judge an action. I can say you lied. I can say you cheated. I can say you hurt someone. I can say you committed murder. I can do that. But I can't judge a human being. But we do that easily, and we accept that easily even for ourselves.